My name is Greg Sterling. I received my PhD from the Graduate Theological Union in the spring of 1990. I am currently the Reverend Henry L. Slack Dean of Yale Divinity School and the Lillian Klaus Professor of New Testament. I'm also a member of the faculty in religious studies here at Yale University. What most excites me is that I believe that religion is a very powerful force in human lives. And I sometimes will say, look at the role of Judaism and Christianity in the civil rights movement of the 60s and think about the impact it had on civil rights. Or think about the movements in Great Britain and the United States in 2000 with the year Jubilee and the efforts to provide debt forgiveness for developing countries. Those are just two examples, but religion can be an incredibly powerful force. It can work for humanity or it can work against humanity, and it's easy to think of the latter examples. What I think the GTU offers is an opportunity to think across the lines of specific faith traditions and to help us think about how do we find answers to these huge questions. I have a colleague who is a dean of a school just down the street, the School of the Environment. His name was Gus Speth. And in a BBC radio broadcast, he said, I used to think that the greatest problems that we face in terms of the environment were the loss of biodiversity, deforestation, and climate change. He said, I thought we could solve those with 30 good years of science, but I was wrong. The greatest problems we face are greed, apathy, a lack of initiative to actually address the problems that we know exist. We scientists don't know how to do that. And I would say to Gus and to others, that's what religion can do. Religion can motivate people and move them to act in interests that transcend maybe their own personal interests to a broader communal interest. And that's what I think needs to happen, not within the framework of one religion or two, but across the board. And that's what I think the GTU offers, is a chance to think across the board and address those issues. One thing I have always greatly appreciated about the GTU is that it's a place that has a very broad cross-section of religions. That kind of cross-section of religions helps you to think globally, because a person can't take religion in the 21st century seriously without thinking in global terms, and that means you have to think beyond a single religion. So I was a student of ancient Christianity and ancient Judaism, both, but it helped me to think of those not in a parochial way or not within a hermeneutically sealed frame, but rather to try to think of them as they related to the larger world. And that my dissertation actually was about that. And I still, to this day, try to ask those same kinds of questions, both in my scholarship and as dean of the Divinity School here at Yale, to think, how do we intersect and interact with a global community? I give on an annual basis to the GTU, and I do so for a couple of reasons. First, I do so out of gratitude. I'm very grateful for the education I received. It opened doors for me, and I think my life would be very, very much poorer had I not had those years and the experiences that I had there. I also believe in what they're trying to do and what the GTU is about, and the effort to address the problems we face across multiple religions. Anyone who is interested in or who appreciates the power of religion to move people and realizes that we need to move people, not just in one religion, but in multiple religions, in a global context, would find the GTU to be a great place to invest their resources, because the potential for what it can do is enormous.